here from Arcane and Stellar with a pick a card reading for you. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across it, it can be relevant if you feel drawn. And in this reading, we are going to be looking at, should you do this thing that you're thinking about or not? It could be about pursuing a person, confessing feelings. It could be about pursuing a new line of work. It really can go like into any kind of realm. And I'll try to make sure that the interpretations are quite open for evaluation so that we can kind of get a good idea of what it could bring you and all that kind of stuff and get the vibes. So we have 4 piles. Pile 1 with Rainbow Moonstone, Pile 2 with Howlite, Pile 3 with Rose Quartz, and Pile 4 with Desert Rose. And I want to say, of course, choose with your intuition, see what really speaks to you in terms of, the cards. And you'll find the timestamps in the comment section or in the description box. As well, you'll also find links to all the decks I'm using. And I want to say really quick before I get into the reading, a big thank you to Jasmine. Jasmine got the dream reading cards off the Amazon wishlist, and I thank you so much, Jasmine. I haven't had a chance to even open them. They just came in, so I haven't even got a chance to message you. Actually, that's what I'm going to be doing afterwards. I'm mega excited to use this deck. So thank you, Jasmine. You're a doll. And let's see. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. If you want a personal reading, all that information is down below. But I hope that this reading finds you happy, healthy, and feeling good. And I hope it gives you the answers that you are seeking. Okay, so I'll see you in your reading. Hello, my friends. If you chose group number 1 here with this Rainbow Moonstone, this is a reading for you. So let's find out, should you do the thing that's on your mind? Should you pursue it, yes or no? And how we're going to be doing this is, it might be quite short. It's straightforward, to be honest. Each card kind of has a different, it's answering kind of different questions for me, so I have kind of a cohesive answer. But yeah. I feel like for you guys, whatever you're kind of thinking about, to be honest, is a little bit still unclear. And it's not necessarily a flat out no, but it feels like whatever you're doing right now, it feels like you would have disappointing results, and that maybe what you're kind of envisioning or wanting isn't ripe for the picking yet, like it's not ready. So if you were asking about whether you should make a move on someone, as an example, it might be that you could get rejected because it's not blossomed enough yet, as an example. The fertility card tells me that maybe there's still some hope in this situation, that there's like still some seeds that are planted and they're still kind of growing, but it feels like if you kind of go at this right now, and because breathe here implies that, there's kind of a resting period, like be patient, that kind of message. And then because unlikely, and then we have the 5 of Pentacles, which would be like about like maybe like a rejection or feeling like it's not enough, or maybe you wouldn't get what you wanted out of the situation at this time. And I feel like too with the moon, this could be telling us that, because I asked what would happen if you pursue it, and that's the 5 of Pentacles. So each kind of card has a meaning for me. I won't go through all of them, but I have specific like what questions they were answering as an example. But the 5 of Pentacles would be like, if you went for it right now, or you kind of pursued whatever you're doing right now, we have the 5 of Pentacles, insinuating that the results would not be maybe pleasant, or maybe they wouldn't be up to the standards that you were hoping for. Maybe you wouldn't get enough out of the situation. There is some hope, though, because the 5 of Pentacles always implies there's some kind of hope, especially, like I said, with the surrounding cards. With fertility here, I do feel like there is, like, something that's kind of planted in this situation, right? And it can still blossom, but it just needs time, and that's why it's kind of unlikely. You might get like a half-baked answer or result, as an example, but it might not be quite up to what you want. So should you go for this thing? Well, if you want to be disappointed, go for it right away. But if you want to kind of like, I think the advice here would be kind of to keep nurturing whatever it is and don't expect big results, right away anyways. Like I said, I feel like with time, this could probably get better. I think that there's probably, like I said, still some sort of hope for this situation, but it just might be that it's unlikely at this moment. Right, so like maybe should you go on the trip, right? Like as an example of a question, well, of course it could mean that maybe the trip wouldn't be so pleasant, and that might be because, COVID, as an example. Or the relationship, like I said, maybe it needs more time and nurturing to kind of, maybe the person wouldn't be quite ready for the move you were going to make, as an example. But yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you guys. And this is so stinking quick. This is going to be the quickest reading I think I've ever done. But you can ask multiple questions for each pile. So, you know, if you have more than one thing on your mind, feel free to go and check out the other piles as well. But anyways, I wish you guys the very, very best. Take care of yourself, and I'm sending you lots of love. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. If you chose group number 2 here with Howlite, this is your reading. So let's get started and find out. Should you do the thing that's on your mind? So I wanted to let you guys know that the way I'm doing this reading is, well, it's obviously many of you are going to come here asking different questions with totally different, ideas about what you want to know. So I'm going to try to give quite a few different interpretations, especially with this one, because I feel like this one is kind of an interesting one. So let's go. We'll just get started. So first of all, I want to say with the Knight of Swords and the Strength card that and to be fair, that if you're asking about a situation in which you should fight or something like that, or kind of pursue something aggressively, please don't act rashly. I feel like there might be something that can be ironed out, or, like, okay, say some of you are coming here and you're like, should I leave my stupid loser boyfriend, right? Well, it probably is implying that maybe it's a rash thought and that you guys will make up, This is one of those readings where I feel like it's kind of got a big yes vibe in terms of in a positive direction, sort of. Like, now, say you were in a toxic relationship and you're like, should I let go? Well, yes, you could find love again, as an example. That could be answering that question if you're really ready to, like, leave someone, as an example. Could I find love again? Oh yes, there's somebody out there for you, right? And you should remain strong and balanced in your decision, because everything will improve and things will get better. Should you leave your job? Same thing. Now, the Knight of Swords could imply that you need to be a little bit more careful, just because of the surrounding cards, that maybe you don't come off too quickly. This Knight of Swords looks kind of guarded, rather than many other Knights of Swords usually are like aggressively kind of hot after the chase, like, rushing forward. This guy's a little bit more cautious, so again, there might be some kind of caution here in this situation, or just kind of take it slow. Again, I feel like if there's some sort of heated words or heated feelings, maybe let these pass, as an example, before you take any rash action. So, that kind of thing. But I feel like everything's going to balance out in whatever this is. Another thing I could say is that with the Strength card and the situation will improve. So maybe it's about holding on to something in general, or telling you that whatever you pursue, or you want to pursue, what you want to go after, needs patience. Right? Because the Strength card is about patience, loyalty, dedication, all these sorts of things. And it's also about self-control and discipline. And so there might be something about this situation that needs some discipline, some self-control, like, say you wanted to start a YouTube channel and you're like, should I? Well, yeah, it's a great match for you. But, you might need to kind of, really put your effort into it and kind of hang on for the results, like for everything to kind of iron out, So it might be that it needs persistence, as an example. So I like this. This pile's very good, I think, for a lot of you. I really, I hope that I explained it clearly for you. I know that it's a little bit confusing sometimes in pick-a-card readings when you have yes or no's, because they're very broad, and everybody could be asking a different question. And hopefully I covered all of the things that I'm kind of seeing here. I know that there are going to probably be way more scenarios than I mentioned, but I know that sometimes when I've watched yes or no readings, they can be quite confusing, because sometimes it's like a yes, but then it's like I'm asking a question that's more like a no. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of confusing. So, like, as an example, like, should you hang on to someone or leave? You know what I mean? This is kind of like, you need to do whatever you're thinking of doing, right? Or But then in some cases, like if it's a rash decision, as I said, like you're just arguing with someone and you're asking, should I just like, tell them to go fly a kite? Well, maybe not yet, that kind of thing. Unless, of course, like I said, abusive or toxic relationships or situations are no good. And I would never encourage anybody to stay in those type of things. So definitely don't take that advice if that's the case. But, and that would be more like be fair to yourself. But doing whatever, honestly, it's whatever's fair to yourself, being fair to yourself and other people, So, apply that as you must. But yeah, I hope that this reading is insightful and helpful to you. I hope it hopefully answered your question. You can look at the other piles and stuff like that with different questions. It's not just restricted to like one pile or one question. You can try different ones. And I'm wishing you guys the very, very best. If you want a personal reading, all that information is down below in the description box. Take care, guys, and have a beautiful day. Hello, if you chose group number 3 here with the rose quartz, this is your reading. So let's find out, should you go for the thing on your mind or not? And I have different the cards to me are representing different kinds of answers to different questions I asked. So I might not go through them all, but I have kind of a vibe going on for myself and my own kind of direction with these cards. So I'm just going to point that out really quick. We have compassion, soulmates, and we have 2 of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands, and don't stop. Well, apparently you're not meant to stop, because whatever you're asking about is meant for you, okay? So if this is a relationship that you are pursuing, especially look at the waves here on the 2 of Pentacles. It seems so like dangerous or scary. Anytime they could just crash down, and it would be ruined. And maybe some of you are feeling a little bit shaky about something or a little bit worried. Can you actually handle this situation? Can you actually make it come into a physical reality, as an example? You're definitely being told you can. This is clear to me, that whatever you're asking about is something that's meant for your path. It's kind of meant for you to pursue, and it will bring you good results. So soulmates, obviously for those of you asking about like a love relationship, this could imply, now if you were asking to like move on or will new love come into your life, yes. You should maybe go for this new person as an example, or this connection that you're thinking about that's on your heart. There's a soul connection perhaps to whatever you're asking about. So if it's like a career path and you're wondering if it's the right thing, should you do this thing? Absolutely. It's like a soul connection to you. It's something you're meant to do, or this person's meant to be in your life. Should you pursue this friendship? Yes. Okay. When I asked, and of course, like the don't stop, it's telling you not to kind of stop on this situation, right? It's clear. So this is like a very quick, easy reading, I feel. I asked what this card here in particular, and then this one here, are kind of representing what could happen in this situation if you keep going for it. The 3 of Wands could indicate travel. Maybe this is a situation that will eventually involve travel. The ships here too could imply that as well. Like maybe for some of you it's about traveling somewhere, going somewhere, meeting up with someone. Yes. An answer is yes. We have in the world here too, by the way. So maybe some of you are asking about meeting up with someone. Should you meet them? Yes. Compassion here tells me that this situation is healthy. It will be healthy. Whatever you're asking about is something that's kind of gentle and nice. So if it's a relationship, it's a compassionate relationship. If it's a job, it could be one in which you get to kind of show your compassion, or you have a compassionate environment. There's something here about good, peaceful, easy feelings, and it kind of seems like, I guess, you guys are just being kind of encouraged in whatever you're asking about. That you can handle this as well. Maybe there's that encouragement that you can handle this, whatever it is. And again, 2 of Pentacles I do really see as like a physical kind of balance. So again, for those of you, especially about love at a distance, or friends at a distance, or a trip, or something like that, it's like yes, yes, yes for this. I might actually get you guys a little bit more information for some reason. I just want to do that. I didn't do that for the other groups, but I'm just going to shuffle out a few little cards here. What does group number 3 need to know about this situation that they were thinking about doing? Ooh, okay, we have two of them. A stranger's grace. Ego fears a sudden danger, but never underestimate the kindness of a loving stranger. Oh my God. See? Oh, it was like fate that I pulled that card. This is a total confirmation for some of you about like maybe a distance person or something that's very strange to you, or distant, or something unknown to you, like maybe a person or something like that. It might be that you can trust this person. And then we have three-eyed raven. As sunrise hits upon the dew, a messenger raven calls out with news. Prepare for the unexpected. Interesting. So there might be, that's interesting, a messenger raven. So, wow, okay, this is definitely implying, I bet some of you are asking about that. I wonder how many of you guys, like, leave me an airplane emoji if you're actually asking about somebody at a distance, or about a trip or travel or something like that, or about someone you barely know maybe. Anyways, if you want. I just think it's fun when people leave those comments. I'm like, oh my God, yes. But yeah, prepare for the unexpected. Again, there's some kind of good results in whatever the situation is. It's going to be a lot better perhaps than you think it is. So I really like this one. This is probably my favorite one so far for you guys. So yeah, let me know if you thought the reading was helpful, useful. Did it match your situation? Let me know. And of course, by the way, you can go to other groups of the cards and ask different questions and stuff like that. It's not just limited to one question, one answer. As an example, you can go and see the other ones too if you feel drawn. But yeah, I wish you all the very, very best. Thank you so much for your love, kindness, and support. And I always appreciate likes and subscribing if you haven't already. And I also have personal readings, which are in the description box. And yeah, I'm like losing my brain here. So I will just shut up now and go. Lots of love, guys. See you next time. Hello, my friends. If you chose group number 4 here with this desert rose, there we go. This is your readings. Let's find out. Should you go for the thing that you're thinking of? Is it worth it? All that kind of stuff. I have different kind of questions answered here. And I'll kind of go over what these are, like what each card kind of represents. Because as I was shuffling, I was asking kind of different questions here. Now, the first card that came out was actually the Wisdom of the Oracle. And it's Young, right? So, commonly pronounced Yang, but it's actually pronounced Young, as far as I know. Somebody actually told me that a while back in the comments, like maybe a year ago even, and it stuck in my head. So I always try to say it correctly now, but this tells me that whatever you're kind of pursuing, you should keep acting on it. The young energy is masculine energy, and it's kind of like, that fighting energy, or go for it, like it's action. So you're being told to take action on a situation, to kind of like pursue it, right? Not be receptive, right? With like yin energy, it'd be more like feminine, like, oh, let it come to you or something. This is like go after it. So whatever you're asking about, you need to kind of pursue it. Maybe with some vigor, right? Because we have the 5 of Wands here. So it might be that there's some sort of competition, or maybe some kind of obstacles you have to fight past in this situation. But when I asked about, and of course we have improving health, I'll get to that in a minute, but when I asked what the outcome of pursuing this would be, we have the Star. Now the Star, of course, as many of you know, is one of the happiest cards in the tarot deck. It's a hopeful card. It implies that maybe the situation has a lot of hope left in it. It also could imply that, especially with improving health, that this situation can be very healing. And I get that. It's weird. For those of you asking, like, as an example about a relationship, maybe you're asking if you should pursue a person. This could be telling you that this connection could be like very healing for you. Like maybe it shows you what real love is, as an example, or it can help you get over something or someone, right? If you're wondering, should I move on from this person? Can I move on from this person? I would say yes, you can. Things will get better. and eventually you'll find, you know, peace and like harmony in the situation, right? It kind of depends on what you're asking, and I've said that with the other groups as well. But you know, these are open-ended questions, so many of you are going to come here asking different things. So I'm trying to give different interpretations so that you understand kind of how to apply it to your situation, because I understand that oftentimes, at least in my case, when I've done yes or no readings, you know, with other people, you know, sometimes, you know, it just doesn't match the question, and that's okay. It's just because the questions can be different. Because, like, should I leave them or should I pursue them? Totally different meanings, right? So, you know, or should I leave this or pursue this? You know, totally different meanings. So, I'm trying to make sure that you guys kind of understand what's going on here. Like I said, if you wanted to leave a situation behind, I feel like it could be good for you. You know, you could find healing in a situation, or away from it. But if you're wanting to pursue something like a pathway, I feel like this bodes pretty well. Like I said, I feel like you're being encouraged to kind of fight for this and to know that with time things will improve. And of course, maybe there has something to do with the grieving and forgiveness or the star. Like, say you were asking about a person and you're wondering, should I pursue them? They're getting over somebody or something. Yes, they will heal. And maybe you can be there for them. Maybe you can be a part of this healing process as an example. So, you know, it kind of just depends on what you're asking. But, could you like do well in, you know, a certain career or certain studies, as an example, or certain university? I feel like this is implying yes, you could. And you might find that whatever this decision is brings you a lot of healing. It may be even physically, and for some of you this might be physical health. I don't do medical readings, but if you're asking about something like, you know, should I switch my, you know, acne cream? This could be like, yes, you know, this could bring you good results, as an example. So, you know, it just kind of depends on what you're asking about. But I hope that that is clear for you and understandable. I like this one is pretty good. 3 and 4 I think are my favorite piles. Of course they were yeses, but yeah, you need to pursue whatever this is and kind of go for the dream. The other thing I want to say really fast here before I sign off. Young and the star. One thing I see here kind of in these 3 is that you might have to be very active in the situation, whatever you're trying to pursue. Like, standing back might not make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the star can be about dreaminess and hopes and wishes and ooh la la, and but it might be that you kind of have to apply some sort of vigorous action towards it. You know, you're gonna have to like actually pursue it. So like, say it's a relationship, and you would actually have to like kind of make it happen, or do the steps to make it happen, like ask them out, or, you know, go see them, or whatever that may be, you know. But yeah, definitely a lot of hope and happiness, I think, for this situation if you were to kind of pursue it. So that's what I've got for you guys. I hope that it helped. Let me know in the comments below how you felt about the reading, if it was useful, if it was helpful, if it was understandable for you. And I'm wishing you all the very, very best. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next reading. Oh, and personal reading information all is in the description box. Yeah, so if you want a personal reading, that's all down below. Anyways, take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next reading.